Welcome back, citizens of Dominion, and we're around. For part two. Let's see what items we've missed in the old proverbial mailbag in the meantime. So we got a lot of the nice little heart coins, friendship coins as they call them. The ranking reward today, low due to our course skilling down to try to hit it, and of course we made that darn brain dead mistake in part one. Let's see, on our adventure we had to leave that wasn't finished. Well, it looks like they've done it, so let's pick up the prizes. And we have baby pet food, more baby pet food. That we can use. And finally, red gem, which can go to Albus. Alrighty, so that ends Adventure 2. And remember, it will be available for 24 hours to auto. So we can claim it again tomorrow morning on Part 1 if we wish to. Alrighty, so while we're here, today's merchant prizes gets us another 10 chaos particles and 100 pet food, aka pet potions. Albus, we can go ahead and slot in that red gem. There we go. Alrighty, back down to the land of happiness, and there was a little chingy chime. So there's a prize available of 1 spear. We will take. Very nicely done. Alrighty, so let's see the new expeditions. So we can definitely do this one for 10. So there those are. And we will claim the next Trial of Bravery round. And we can pick up our prizes. Thank you. And since comedy seemed to have worked so well for part 2 yesterday, why don't we start there since we're, of course, part 2 today? In that same vote, our comedian from last night, John Pinette, is back. This time with his undying fascination with Dairy Queen.
Last October, my manager books me in Phoenix, and I don't do well in the heat. You wouldn't think, but no, I really don't. You can see the nice tan, but I don't do well. Now, I say to my manager, well, in October in Phoenix, isn't it hot? He says, oh, no, it's fall. No, it's not. It's Phoenix. It's Arizona. They don't acknowledge fall. It was the temperature of the sun. And at 7 o'clock in the evening, it was still the temperature of the sun. Who buys a house there? You buy a house and it burns up. Oh, I I was not and the guy comes and picks me up at the hotel, and I want to do a good show, and we're driving to the club, and all of a sudden I hear angels, you know. There's a Dairy Queen around here. And I told the guy driving, I said, listen, pull over. I'm getting a milkshake because I've been dieting, but it's 150 degrees. You get a milkshake. Says that in the Weight Watchers manual. And the guy driving looks at me and goes, not now. We have to get to the club. Maybe later. Now, you know that's the wrong answer, don't you? So he wipes the blood from his head. And he says, you know what? I could use a milkshake, too. Besides, I'm a little dizzy right now. I really shouldn't be driving. So I go into the Dairy Queen. I figured I'm all set. There's only one guy in line. But it's a very skinny guy. And he's asking questions. I'm Dairy Queen. What do you have to know? Chocolate, vanilla, you want stuff on it. Get out of the line. He's asking, how big is the small? Is it big? No, it's small. Smalls are small. That's why they call them small. It's 89 cents. Here's $10. Buy 11 of them. It's 100 degrees. I have to hear how big is the small? Is it big? And that's when I killed him, Your Honor. Case dismissed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Continuing with the line situation for John Panette. Lines making crazy.
I have no patience in a food line. Any line for that matter. Oh, I have to work on my patience. At McDonald's, if there's a long line, I jump behind the counter, I work the fries, I get it moving. I've been employee of the week twice, I don't even work there. But I take the parking space and I love having my picture up. Watch people at McDonald's. They decide what they want when they get to the front of the line. That makes me crazy. What were you doing in line? Your tax returns? I knew what I wanted before I parked the car. People stare at a McDonald's menu. It's McDonald's. The same stuff since you were 6 years old. Ask me anything, left to right, right to left. What do you want to know? Get out of the line! Get out of the line. People are reading the menu. They have pictures of the food. Just point. Get out of the line. Starbucks is another one. I like Starbucks. They have a good product. They're polite. They're too slow. I have to have coffee in the morning or I can't talk. My first cup can't be Starbucks. I'd be dead by the time I got to the front of that line. You got coffee back there? Yeah, well, you should drink some of that so you'll move it. I have to stop at Dunkin' Donuts and get coffee to stand in line for coffee. People are staring like, I should have done that. KFC, I don't do well in KFC lines because people stare at that menu. It's KFC. They have chicken. You know what else they got? They got chicken. You want chicken or chicken? Get out of the line. Movie theater concession line. People staring at that menu. They got popcorn, candy, soda. That's what they got. What are you looking for? Buffalo wings, prime rib? They don't got that. Get out of the line. Am I the only person in this line that has a movie to catch? That's what I would like to know. The supermarket I don't do well either. Oh, good, she has coupons. You bitch.
God damn.
It's okay to have coupons, but I always get the lady, I have a coupon somewhere. Somewhere, I know it is. Get out of the line. If people buy bad stuff in the supermarket, I tell them. I saw one guy buying cheap toilet paper. I said, what are you doing? That's 4 rolls for 89 cents. That can't be good. Don't you like yourself? I I understand the need to find a bargain. But toilet paper, you buy good toilet paper. I've been really broke. I always got good toilet paper. It's a line you don't cross. It tells you everything will be all right. The bills are late, but I got good toilet paper. We have so many blessings we don't count. We have such great toilet paper. Did you ever think of that? That's Charmin Ultra. Oh, you could make a suit out of that. Is that Versace? Charmin. No dry cleaning, I just flush it. The first time I played Tempe, Arizona, it was August. And I wasn't used to the heat. It was one of those days when it was 112. Now, somehow, after it's 110, it might as well be 1,000 for me. Is that 110, for some reason, it's just a line. You open the door to the hotel and you feel... And I go out and they're picking me up for the show. And it's like walking underwater. And the valet has a mist system because people die before their car comes. Here's your car. Oh. The guy picks me up. And I never met him before. He's kind of grumpy though. And he's driving me to the club. And I'm miserable. I'm depressed. It's so hot. I should have booked this in the late fall. How am I going to perform? It's so hot. Oh, God. There's a Dairy Queen around here. There it is! I saw the angel over the Dairy Queen. That must be St. Blizzard. And I tell the guy driving us, they pull over, I'm getting a milkshake. Because it's 110, you get a milkshake. I think it says that in the Weight Watchers manual. The guy looks at me and he's rude. He goes, not now, we have to get to the show, maybe later. So he wipes the blood from his head. Says, you know what, I could use a milkshake too. Besides, I'm a little dizzy. I really shouldn't be driving right now. There's only one person in front of me in line. But it's a very skinny man. Skinny people, I love you. We're all God's children. But sometimes you just can't decide. I don't know what I want. Get out of the line. Get out of the line. I had a guy in front of me go, how big is the small? It's small. The smalls are small. The mediums are medium, the larges are large. If you have to ask how small a small is, you're not hungry enough yet. Come back later. Get out of the line. To 110, I have to hear how big is the small, is it big? And that's when I killed him, Your Honor. Case dismissed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll see you at the gym sometime. I love you, Tempe.
Thank you, Mr. John Panette. I think we have one more of them if I get it. Yeah. Here's his regulation of going around the world in 80 buffets. Yes, I said buffets.
It's a pleasure to be here, because I was just in Las Vegas, so I need the money. I lost a lot of money. I really did. I mean, I get them back at the buffet, don't get me wrong. $9.95 all you can eat. We'll see who wins this friggin' handout, won't we? I do believe I have blackjack. I was at the prime rib counter going, hit me again. The buffet manager was horrified. You should have seen him. He looked like a deer caught in the headlights. Get the prime rib back in the kitchen. Finally, they just gave me my money back. Here's your $1,000. Get out! Actually, they have a buffet in Las Vegas. It's called the Oz Buffet. It's the Wizard of Oz theme, and it's a buffet. You walk up, and it's the Emerald City, and it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. I ran to it. You're out of the woods, you're out of the dark, you're out of the night. Step into the sun, step into the light. Migrants and pork chops and scampi, oh my. Migrants and pork chops and scampi, oh my. You know, I talk about buffets not because I'm a big guy. No, I'm actually writing a book, Around the World in 80 Buffets. And in my research, I found that there are some foods that shouldn't be all you can eat. Like Chinese food shouldn't be all you can eat because you get hungry again. I don't know what it is. They put something in it. They must. Because I order takeout, they're always real happy. Oh, he's gonna be back. I give that big boy 1 hour. Because you do get hungry again. What is it, too? And you go from full to starving. There's nothing in between. You go from, oh my God, I can't believe I ate all that chow mein. Hey, look, they brought egg rolls. So I went to this Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet, and well, the owner, he got pissed. I mean, he was rude, though. He'd come out every hour.
Every hour.
Son of a bitch, still here. Look, he go again. He started screaming at me. You're gone now. You're here 4 hours. Why you here 4 hours? Do not come here anymore. Why you have spare rib? You're so big. Eat vegetable. Eat broccoli. You'll scare my wife. Love Chinese food shouldn't be all you can eat. Now, Japanese food. For the book, I went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place. All the raw stuff I can eat, huh? It was $22.95. $22.95 for raw fish. $22.95, we throw this on the grill. $22.95, I can't eat $1 for it. I brought a seal. I put them right under the table. Another plate, please. That seal ate buckets full. The owner thought I was eating it all, though. Got yelled at again. This guy scared me, though. He reminded me of Lord Toranaga from Shogun. Yo! Big boy! Big boy, come here! You eat like free! That's you eat like Free Willy. Actually, I want to visit Japan. You know, sumo wrestlers in Japan are icons. Oh, I don't think I could be a sumo. No, they're big. No, they really, I mean, those guys are big. I look at them and go, oh, you've let yourself go. You know what I also tried for the book? Tried Indian food. Have you been out for Indian food? Yeah, bring a sandwich. Because, you know, they're starving in India. Now I know why. They got plenty of food. food. They just don't know how to cook it. You see, Indian food's too spicy. It is spicy. Spicy's a relative term, I know that. Spicy can mean a lot of things. Spicy could mean, ooh, geez, that burnt my tongue a little bit. Or it could mean, would you like some water? No, thanks. I always scream at the table. It's too hot. I had that curry chicken. It went through my colon like a Japanese bullet train. I wasn't at the table 5 minutes. Where's the bathroom? Way over there, huh? Please, God, let me make it. Don't let me take a dump in the lobby. Oh, look at the line. They served all the curry at once. They shouldn't do that. They should stagger it.
Last of our doubles.
You could hear Indian music coming from the bathroom. Bonsoir, les amis.
I was 7 inches taller. I think I'd be in the NBA.
All right, thank you, John Bennett, for your little addition as we're finishing towards the top levels of the tower. Approaching the tippy top of the tippy tops. And I think we'll actually keep our nice little action like we did yesterday for part 3. And welcome back a little more of the Midnight in the Desert for that for our nightcap. And I think I found the perfect episode for it tonight. To go ahead and handle that. Ain't gonna give it away, but I will give you a teaser of a hint. Somebody who thinks he's traveled in time is up for tonight's part 3. You want to stay tuned for that. We have one more boost before the final push, with 2 fights left here in the tower. Final fight up on 49 next. Alrighty, so it's going to be open the proverbial floodgates. For a final round. As there is no holding back needed. And there we are. To the top of the tower, let's pick up a prize. And tonight, that prize will be a nice prize. Pick up our tower skull coins. A little over 10k. Pick up the rest of the tower point prizes. And away we go with our win. Nothing new in the mail since that last 20 some odd levels. There is something in the Time of the Fearless. We'll go there. The Hall of the Old Ones. That completes the tower portion of our competition. Need a couple more quests to get the last of those. Team morale is complete. The Outland chest will be done tomorrow in part 1. Looks like you need about 130 more energy spent, so that shouldn't be that hard. We don't have the VIP, so we can't claim those. And that'll be it. Alrighty. Let's take a look at the chat bubble. Now, one thing I did not tell you guys what I did between portions, but I did pay the 50 gems to give us 5 more battles. Now, before we fall even further down the chain, let's put our main squad back up for defense. There we go. And now, let's win our battle with a tank, so we can get that prize in the Guardian. While we do that, we a few days ago took a look at the SBC Channel 7 and NBC's Let's All Be There. Here's a different cut of that just for background while we fight. Oh, hold on. If you are after loads of life and love and laughter, lift your eyes and see the best there is to see. On NBC, let's all be there. NBC, let's all be there. People come together in the moments that they share. On NBC, let's all be there. That was it? Yeah, that was it of that clip. Okay. I thought it was a lot. I thought it was longer than that, but I guess not. Oh, one other thing. Let's go this one. If you remember of that theme, Nell Carter we played a couple days ago, sung it for the NBC, kind of like where they had their affiliates basically come in to kind of like tout the new shows for the year. To not be outdone, the next year, this happened at that show. I'm going to stop at a certain point to kind of like. They are sending signals that it's time to go. Did you know? Hey, did you know? We have reached the ending of the special show. It has been fun returning to the past. So right now, on down to our amazing cast. At NBC, at NBC, at NBC, at NBC. We're so glad we had this anniversary. At NBC, at NBC, at NBC, at NBC. What we do for you, but totally the 60 years we've happily renewed. We're so great, we state our deepest gratitude. Our deepest gratitude. The years went swiftly, as you know. You've got a standing date every time we celebrate. Hey, did you know? Hey, did you know? It's our 60th anniversary. Here comes the crawl. Here comes the crawl. As we pray these lanes, we like to thank them all. There is a risk, but yes, there is. Counting guys who make precise and stand That was not the clip I was expecting. Might next time before I go on actually look and make sure I know which clips I had. This was actually the one, and I will stop it in circumspections to let you know what's happening. Okay, that is actually the father from the series Punky Brewster with the little girl character. I believe it's the one that grew up to be Raven Simone. Well, that would be who it would. From the Cosby Show, doing his first beginning voiceover.
Well, that's a lot. But they're even more than that. If you could see back through that camera, you'd see millions of people, family after family, watching you and everybody else in our NBC family.
All on one CD?
Well, yes. When we're all tuned in together.
Okay, so now we will go into individuals as the fight is getting interesting, but we will win it. I believe the first voiceover we're going to hear is Nell Carter, the one who carried the song last year for the first individual solo. Then we have the little boy from Blossom. Next, I believe it's the group from 227. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was the Facts of Life. My apologies. Since I talked over them, let me go back to give them their second. Couple old guys. I don't remember who, but they are decent stars. Wish I would have their names, but my apologies. But we'll continue. Oh, stop. Okay, next is going to be all the ladies from Golden Girls. Punky Brewster. Donahue. Night Court. Knight Rider. Cheers. That's the 227 ladies. I knew they were there somewhere. Okay, boys, you better work better next time. That was the Miami Vice people really phoning it in. Okay, stop. I know you can't see it because we don't have the video because we got our Hero Wars playing. But they actually had themselves on Christopher Lloyd. And I take that back, Miami Vice. Christopher Lloyd is phoning it in even more than you did. I'm going to let the call play because there's a nice voiceover from Don Pardo coming.
The
the incredible story of a young woman pursued by one man, yet possessed by another. In Mirrors,
The story of one woman possessed by one man, yet pursued by another. The NBC made-for-TV movie Mirrors. However, the better one is coming up right afterwards. Don, if you take it away.
NBC World Movie Premiere. And tomorrow, get set for the smash comedy special of the new season. Bob Hope buys NBC, right after the A-Team.
Hear that? Bob Hope buys NBC. See it right after the A-Team. Alright, let's see if we can get a few Serenity Stones. It's like, Mr. Pardo, I didn't know you were that funny. Good ones for you. While you guys have a fight, I get to see what the stupid... Oh. I was going to say, I was trying to figure out what the hell the stupid phone was. It was just my debit card letting me know that a charge had occurred. Had dinner brought in tonight. I think we do a quick tribute version. A lot of the NBC chimes all throughout their entire 60-year history. No. Oh, no, sorry. Wrong one. I think that's... Yeah, I think it didn't make any difference if you can't see it. It's just trying to put more of the nowadays people to the old 80s theme, and well, we've heard that same theme over and over, so unless we have something drastically new, it isn't going to be anything good to do. So we'll continue on. There is one version of that jingle that I wouldn't mind playing if I could find it, but that is if it hadn't been removed. I certainly hope it hadn't. I found out about most of these originally from a guy who made a Dr. Laureate type deal in the late 90s by basically researching all the old American TV jingles from the 60s to when he published in the late 90s. Of course, a couple years after, he didn't keep it up, so it fell in disrepair. Pieces did make it to other sites, but unfortunately not everything transferred over, so unfortunately some of the great stuff was lost as a result. But it's one of the things where I found the particular clip that I know actually existed. Meanwhile, looking for some Serenity Stones we are. Alright, absolutely nothing. Let's try it again. We only get the green boots. We will try again. And it's weird because until about that jingle, well, the one just before, Be There Into Fidel, NBC had been virtually dead last in the television market in between the three, the CBS, ABC, and the like. CBS had started basically from the beginning of American television through to about the early to mid 70s, being number one. ABC took it over in the back half of the 70s, mostly on their use of the Be the One into We're Still the One promo. And then finally, NBC took it over from NBC in the mid 80s. Yes, I did. You know I did. Leave me alone. I think I found it. Yes. But most networks would never bother, back before, of course, the television code allowed them to start doing all-night infomercials and everything else. They were limited as to how much they could do for advertising and the like, so kids, when they woke up on Saturday morning, got to actually see cartoons on their television screens every Saturday, instead of having, of course, go to a specialized cable network like Cartoon Network nowadays to do so. However, most networks would never even promote that because they figured, of course, the kids would just find out by watching. Kids would know, hey, Saturday we go here, that's it. They wouldn't have to advertise or anything else. But NBC, not to miss tying absolutely everything in, came out with this ditty, mostly featuring the Chickmunks, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. So, boys, if you take it away, please.
Ready, boys?
That was Smurfette, by the way, queuing them up. I like that. The only time they don't let the chipmunks sing is when they're actually talking about their own show. Saturdays. That was extremely dope because one, usually you never even got a promo at all for cartoons, but two, to even tie it into the actual theme of the promo bed. Then, of course, something else that actually started about that era is local affiliates starting to go, this is interesting. Unlike, say, for instance, the UK television, which was mostly the broadcasters were done through the loosely connected network of ITV, independent television, but they were the own individual companies like Granada, Central, TSW, and the like during the 80s. Here, the networks were big national deals, NBC, ABC, and CBS in the US, but the actual individual broadcast stations that broadcasted it throughout the country were actually owned and operated for the most part by independent companies, just relying on said network for usually morning news coverage, prime time, and then weekend coverage, basically covering anything that the network didn't provide with their own local content, like local news, current events, topics like, for instance, here there's an around calendar show where local nonprofit groups come in and talk about things that are happening in town and the like. But this was early 80s, early starting on that kind of promotional jingle. And here's some local stations trying Be There just before the Let's All Be There, personalized to them.
You've got to be there, yeah. Newsletter too there, watching news there. When you really want to know, Newsletter 2's the place to go. But you know our team will be there. You've got to be there, yeah. When the dreams come true there, and you there. And without all your dreams, you can go behind the scenes. It'll be you and me there. Be what you wanna be what you wanna be there. TV2 there, be there.
That was WESH TV2 in the northeast corner of the country. Sometimes, and say, you get pretty interesting because they actually tout some of the stuff that they're rerunning in syndication to fill the slots that the network doesn't provide. And there's shows that actually aired on other networks. So we leave Channel 2 WESH for the next one, Channel 3. That was WKYC3 out of Cleveland.
TV for there, be there. You can see anything you want to see there. You can be anything you want to be there. UBC there, WBC there, but you got to be there. Yeah, concerts and kids fair there. We all care there. And New England needs to know. TV for the place to go. WBC there, be there. Got to be there, yeah. There are things on the scene there. Come and see there. But the night through the bay, all that's new is born today. It'll be you and me there. See what you wanna see there. WBC there, be there. It'll be you and me there. Got you covered, New England. See what you wanna see there. TV for there, be there.
That was WBZ4 out of Boston, Massachusetts.
News for New York, be there. You can see anything you want to see there. You can be anything you want to be there. Will you be there? WNBC there, but you got to be there. Yeah, when the news is hot there, on the spot there, from Riverhead to Rye, Turtle Bay to Tennessee, watch News for New York, be there. Got to be there, yeah, when the Broadway lights there, till your night there, get the latest news report, catch the best in New York sports, it'll be you and me there, see what you wanna see there, News for New York, be there, it'll be you and me there, got you covered, New York, see what you wanna see there, News for New York, be there.
WNBC out of New York City, New York, there.
KSAS, be there. You can see anything
Stop! That was Bird! From the Ernest Saves You Know What series. Starting this one.
you want to see there. You can be anything you want to be there. It's all free there, free for you and me there, but you got to be there. Yeah, you just got to be there. You'll feel free there. When North Texas needs to know, Channel 5's the place to go. KSAS, be there. Got to be there. Just got to be there. Got to be there. Just got to be there. Got to see there. It's all free there. Just you and me there. Just got to be there. Got to be You got to be there, yeah. You just got to be there. You'll feel free there. Get the weather play-by-play. All the news is new today. It'll be you and me there. See what you wanna see there. KSAS, be there. It'll be you and me there. Got you covered, Dallas, Fort Worth. What you wanna see there.
It was KXAS, basically North Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth location. Surprisingly, we have a second Channel 5 that wants to make an appearance, though.
TV right there, be there. You can see anything you wanna see there. You can be anything you wanna be there. It's all free there, free for you and me there, but you got to be there. Yeah, you just got to be there. You're free there. When it's news you want to see, Cincinnati's place to be. TV right there, be there. You got to be there, yeah. You just got to be there. You'll feel free there. Get the weather play-by-play. All the news is new today. It'll be you and me there. See what you wanna see there. TV right there, be there. It'll be you and me there. See what you wanna see there. TV right there.
Okay, that was actually interesting. WLWT 5 out of Cincinnati, basically showcasing its bloopers as part of that promo.
You got to be there. Yeah, you just got to be there. You'll feel free there. Get the weather play by play. All the news to be day. It'll be you and me there. See what you want to see there. TV right there. Be there. It'll be you and me there. See what you want to see there. TV right there. Be there.
Alright, in the speed up version, actually with the real deals. And the weird thing for that one, it's actually from Cincinnati, Ohio. If you know your history at this era, actually the shock jock who basically went to have his show syndicated around the world, Jerry Springer, actually was a regular desk writing news presenter for WLWT out of Cincinnati at that time, and he does, yes, make an appearance in that promo. Onward and upward of the stations. Out of Lexington, Kentucky. We have any others want to make their appearance? Okay, we do.
You can see anything you want to see there. You can be anything you want to be there. It's all free there, free for you and me there. But you got to be there. Yeah, you just got to be there. You'll feel free there. When Michigan needs to know, TV 10's the place to go. WILX there, be there.
WILX 10 for that one. More from WILX. And I think just with the promo music bed that they're doing, that's where we'll leave part 2. We'll be back later on tonight for our nightcap, as we have our time traveler with Midnight in the Desert from part 3. Until then, quiet. Until then, may all your fights be great. Please like, share, and subscribe. Get us up on those counts. And remember, release the Kraken.